Hi.
Hi, nice to see you.
Ja. Ja, we made it. Hè?
Wie habt ihr angefangen mit dem Stück? Also ich habe gehört, dass viel davon improvisiert war. Was war der Plan, der so am Anfang stand oder der Grundgedanke?
Ja, goede vragen. Yeah, so in this case, there was really little knowledge when we started. So actually, I planned to make a play. I had some structural ideas. It was about complete darkness and very loud music. And my idea was that when people were talking on stage, that there would be light, but so loud music that you couldn't hear what they were saying. And at the moment were not speaking, that then there will be a complete darkness, so you will not, that you won't be able to see them. That was an image where we started from, and of course I wanted to doubt reality. I think that was a bit the main question from where we started. But I didn't know that there would be, for example, these three teenagers who went to a theater and saw this play, or this whole concept was not there. But actually that appeared already in the first week. So I think the basics of the play that appeared in the first week rehearsing, of the rehearsals.
Warum wolltest du ein Stück machen, in dem die Realität in Frage gestellt wird?
Waarom ik das gerne möchte? Ja, of course, it's something you can do in a theater, and I think also it's a nice. Yeah, I think for this specific age group, it's also a nice way to communicate with them, because I think it's an age in which you can wonder still about things, and at some age you are going to accept that things are like, and you forget about asking questions about things. So I had some feeling that that this was something they could relate to, and it's fun. So I also thought it could be some scary element also in it, that you really don't know anymore. And for me, the most important thing is that a lot is about, it's also a battle. So it's a battle between what's happening on stage and the ones who are watching. And the ones who are watching, the spectators, are asking themselves, is this something we can watch? Can we accept this, that this is happening in front of us? And this energy, that there is a shared doubt about this. Is this actually a stuk? Is this a play? There's happening nothing. And that this is this shared thinking is not there. And of course also these manipulations are also way different, because you are so used by TikTok, like that there are really quick changes. I can become a woman, or everything can happen. Hey, so and for me it's also really about the importance of questioning theater. So also, like, I think it's also really important to question if it's fun to watch theater, and why are we watching theater? Because it's also crazy, and it takes a long time, and it's why are we there? I want to question that. And I think it's important to question everything, and confusion is for me a very important state of being. And I think it's really, and theater is for me also the perfect place to meet this the unknown and the unsecureness. It's yeah, I think it's not something we have to be afraid of, but I think it's a very important state of being.
Glaubst du, dass die Fragen, mit denen man sich in der Jugend so stark beschäftigt, irgendwann beantwortet werden oder man nur sich weniger stark damit beschäftigt irgendwann?
Yeah, that I also don't know. It's like, so for me, I'm really, I like the teenage kids. Maybe it's, and actually also the age I dislike the most, also if I think about my own history, is the time which comes immediately after this. So I think people in their early 20s, they can be really conservative in some respect. So I think the teenage kids are punks, but and yeah, so I really like their energy, that nothing is logic anymore for them, and that they dare to question everything, and they question authority, they question school, they question life. And so for me, it's really like, it's a really important energy also for our society. And in that sense, it's also, for example, this figure of Greta Thunberg, it's also nice that this energy really pops up now in political life. And I think it's really, I want them to be angry and I want them to ask questions. And of course, later on, it's like they enter grown-up life during your, and then and in some part you are part of the complot.
Do you think art or your art is political?
Yeah, also maybe not in a direct way, because actually I was always very political engaged, and I also started to study political science. And also my parents, they were really much political engaged. So at some moment I switched to study theater. And then, of course, somehow I expected myself to make political theater. But it seems that I was not doing it because I was not referring to any, so it was not on the surface that it was about politics. I was really into metaphors. It was difficult to, so I was a bit surprised, actually. And also remember that my father, who went to my first pieces, that he always said, no, yeah, this was not political. But later on, I think it is somehow political. I think my pieces are really resisting against an overrating of the individual and about also the desires of the individual. So I'm also resisting against conflict, so the basic idea of classical dramaturgy. And I think this is also connected to how I, because also from my early childhood, I can't say that I was a Greta Thunberg, but also at that time I was really much connected to this whole climate change. So that's also the very sad thing, because I'm raised in the 80s, and already then we knew already that this was going on. And I was really shocked by grown-ups that didn't change their behavior. And I think this is also really about, so the basic idea of this is that we the people, we made each other way too big, and our desires are too big. We have to be, in that sense, we have to be humble